everybody. I'm Jamie Hipp, and today we're going to be making our own homemade shadow puppet theater with materials that I hope most of you have laying around. You'll see for today's demonstration that I am wearing gloves. Why is that? Well, in the era of COVID-19, I've heard that boxes that have been delivered to your home may harbor germs for as long as 2 or 3 days. So I'm not taking any chances, hence the gloves today. I've collected a few materials. We've got a cardboard box. It's empty. And your shadow puppet theater can be as large or as small as you want. I've selected a small box for today's demonstration because it will fit easily under my document camera and you can see the entire scope of what I'm doing, and I can turn it and you can still see all sides. I've also got some kitchen shears. Those of you that might have other scissors that look like this, that's just fine. This is a little bit thicker cardboard, so I wanted to use some kitchen shears. If you have thin cardboard, you might even be able to get away with a razor blade or an X-Acto knife for this project. Also, some tape, a Sharpie, any color you want, or a marker. And I've also cut a piece of tissue paper, white, or you can do any color you select. I've cut it a little bit smaller than the length of this box. So this is the long side of the box, and you can see this is the shorter side of the box. So I've cut that tissue paper just a little bit smaller in perimeter than the entire perimeter of this side. So we'll start by trimming our box. And it doesn't matter if your box comes like this from Amazon with stickers on it or labels, because you're going to cut that off. So basically what we're going to be doing, we're going to be trimming the back side first, which is where you will stick your light source and your shadow puppets in. So I'm going to cut this entire side, including the long flap on this side, off. This is the reason I'm using kitchen shears. It's a little better to cut through something thick like this. All right, we've gotten our long side and the related flap on that long side. We can put that away. We don't need it anymore. That can go in your recycle bin. We're going to keep the 2 small flaps on each side, but now we're going to turn everything over and we are going to create our Proscenium Arch. So if you're not a theater person, or maybe you don't know about the Proscenium Arch, the word proscenium comes from the Greek word proskenio, and it basically means in front of the scene. So this is that arch built into almost every theater, normally covered by a curtain. So let's do a little curtain on the side, and maybe I'm freehanding this, so you guys have to excuse me. Maybe some curtain scallops up top, and then coming down on the other side here. So this entire space is going to get cut out, and that will become the front of our puppet theater. Those of you wondering about this flap down here, I like to cut that off too. It's still going to be sturdy enough with these 2 on the side. So we'll go ahead and make our cut here. We can keep a little bit to represent our curtain. And again, you could spend more time creating your proscenium arch, of course, than I did. And this is going to be a little bit harder to cut your scallops if you choose to do that. You could definitely go straight across with this, just like we did on the back end also. Got my 3rd curtain scallop, and finally my 4th and final one over there, stage right, audience is left. To make it a little bit easier on myself, I've turned it upside down, and then I'm just going to take off this bottom flap here. Okay, so we have the beginnings of our shadow puppet theater. That's the front, and you can see the back is totally open. And what we're going to do now is we're going to tape our tissue paper right inside the proscenium arch. So just line it up. That's why we cut it a little bit smaller perimeter wise than the actual box, so we could get in there with some tape. taking just a couple of pieces. Uh-oh. Redo. Oh no, if you tear it like I just did, that's okay. You can just tape right over that. Teachable moment. It's all good. And maybe one up top, like so. And make sure to fold these side flaps back just so that it will be supported when you do stand it upright. All right, let's turn it over and see what we have. All right, and of course, if you wanted it to lay flat in front of you, you'd be seeing the top, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to show you the front. You can use any light source. You can use a flashlight. You can use a small table lamp. I am going to use my phone today, and I've turned the flashlight on. Ah! It's coronavirus! Get out of here, coronavirus! Stay healthy out there, everyone.